In theory, it's probably already streaming now.
This is urgent.
Oops.
Okay. So we're live. We're live on 2 different YouTube accounts. Actually, I think we're live on Natalie's. I accidentally opened hers thinking she would be here. And we're live on Facebook and 2 different groups, the All Shift Happily Now group. And hi, everybody that's just joining. We just want to tell you what's going on. As you know, we were doing a Divine Feminine retreat that started today and goes on for the entire weekend, 8th, 9th, and 10th. But as you know, the 9th, or the portal days of each month, twice a month, we do the global meditations for All Shift Happily Now. Well, because we missed last meditation portal day on 8/23/23, we definitely wanted to make sure that we were able to do the 9/9/23 portal. So what we're doing is we're going to live stream our PPE, our Priestess Portal Empowerment meditation that's going to take place tomorrow. Now the time is going to change that we normally do the meditation. So normally we do it at 3 p.m. Eastern, but tomorrow we're going to do it at, let's see here, I'll convert the time here. So tomorrow we're going to do it at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's going to be 7 p.m. Central European Time. Does anyone else want to chime in with any other time zones they're aware of? I think Argentina, that's going to be 2 p.m. for Argentina time.
That sounds good to me.
Does anybody know Australia? Because I am terrible with Australia.
I'll look it up now.
Okay, thank you.
3 a.m. Australian Eastern Time.
I'm sorry, guys. I know we always have them very early for Australia, but if you can attend, great. Wake up, watch the sunrise after the meditation. We'd love to have you. We will be focusing a lot on the divine feminine energy. We're going to have, 7 lovely light language users, and we always get galactic on our side, so we will be doing more of that. And we're going to be really working with a sacred womb space and the divine feminine and the dark feminine, maybe some Lilith and Ra energy, some Hydra speaking energies probably going to come through. So it'll be really great. So this will be a little different than what we normally do, but absolutely all still encompassing the All Shift Happily Now spirit, and with added of the Priestess Portal Empowerment. So does anybody else want to join in and say anything?
Did we give, did we give, so it will also be at 10 to 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if we said any times. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a full hour and a half. Gail and I are going to bring in some Spinal Energetics work. We've also bring in some galactic energies as well. So I'm really curious with the intentions that are already brewing in our group, and we just had our first third of our retreat this morning that went incredible, and I just feel like this unraveling is happening. So this live ceremony is also going to be in the middle of our retreat, and it just feels like the energy is building right now, and so there's going to be a lot of things that I think are going to come through all of us. I would say even like archangel energy, as well as just massive releases for people that are ready to let go of whatever is restrictive to them on an energetic way. And a lot of, I would say most of us agree that the intention for us in holding space for you too is to really open up and activate the innate healing abilities of your body so that it can do what it was meant to do, and so that it can function optimally, um, in accordance to what your purpose is here and what you're here to share.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. There's going to be a lot of release. I think today was about kind of grounding into that, those lower three chakras, healing and release as well. But I think tomorrow is really going to be stepping into kind of clearing out old traumas, clearing out old programming, and really what doesn't serve the body, the heart, the mind, and the soul, and really stepping into the power. Because once we clear out all the junk, then what we're left with is a sacred space that is healed and is a great container for the power that really is going to flourish like a flame, building and building and burning inside of us till it encompasses and surrounds us and enables us to spread. Because that's where we're at, is an expanding stage. So we're expanding outwards and we're bringing out the power that was within us all along.
I love that you bring up the fact that it's the power that's always been within us, because today in my workshop, I specifically touched on the fact that you've been told not to be XYZ your whole childhood. And now you're going to break down those belief systems and embody who you truly are. And you've been that person all along. And so I love that you brought that up. And I feel like today was such a good foundational piece of like, what is the difference between womb healing? What is the difference? Josie brought that up. What is womb healing? What is the difference between dark and light feminine? What is the difference between wounded feminine? Because we often correlate that wounded feminine with dark feminine, and they're not the same. And so there's a lot of misconceptions that we're clearing up. We're identifying new words to clear out the distortion. That's what I did in my workshop. We cleared out distortions of words that the patriarch energy has brought up into these spaces. And we also are here to embody and plant the new seed of this new forward reality that you're ready to create, right? And you're ready to bring forth. And I feel like today was just such a beautiful opening of our womb space, to be planted into the darkness and to really embody the light bodies that we're going to be getting in the next few days, of really identifying those core wounds to embody ourselves. So I love how you brought that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, Michelle, I think a lot of also what you brought in is like, don't be afraid of the darkness, because, the darkness is where like seeds grow in the dark, underground, babies grow in the dark womb. Like
Rest, recovery takes
yes,
place in
all
the
of
dark.
that happens. Yeah, in that darkness, in that sheltered, isolated kind of state. And can we see that state as a place of like empowerment and potential energy that's being cultivated for when it's ready to be released, rather than shaming ourselves for going through those waves? Because each part of the wave, I mean, whether it's the trough or the crest, it's a valuable part of the journey. And can we allow ourselves to sow those seeds intentionally and slowly, rather than trying to like rush our healing and make it happen faster than it's ready to happen, and having that deeper level of self-compassion for the journey and for where we know we're at with our healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I love the way, because it was funny when you were talking about going into the earth and the earth coming over your face. And then I just had that thought about, oh God, this kind of gives me the creeps a bit, like I'm a little bit claustrophobic. And you're like, if you're feeling claustrophobic, just separate your consciousness, and I thought it always comes back to not having attachment.
Mhm.
Not having attachment to, whatever's happening is happening, whatever you're experiencing, whatever pain, whatever, trough you're going through is okay, but not having attachment to that, because it's a phase, it's temporary, it's just an intermittent, thing in between this uphill crest that you're going to go on. And so it's always this high and low, and not having attachment to those lows is what gets you out of that depression, or gets you out of that funk, or prevents you from going into depression or going into funk. You can feel down, but the difference is, that there's always going to be an up. There's always going to be a crest.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, and that's also because I'm a hypnotherapist and I know what people think in their minds when they're going into places that are dark and they're like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to go in there. And I'm like, go ahead and put your conscious mind in the corner and read a book.
I
You
love the dark. I don't like the idea of dirt going over my face.
know?
Like being buried alive. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, Buried Alive or whatever it was. Yeah, I don't know. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, and take it as not necessarily like that's like the logical mind, right? Like you're being buried alive when it's really like your seed, right? And the seed blossoms into this beautiful tree. And so we have to like remove that consciousness that
Mhm.
brings in the subconscious where it feels safe and secure in the dark and it feels that hermit energy, right? Where you're just like,
Mhm.
oh, I get to like snuggle in my blanket and be
Mhm.
soft and I get to watch, you know, a romantic Netflix or whatever you find is your vibe, right? And or mine is like sitting on the couch with my little babies and just snuggling them up, right? So whatever is your coziness, right? But me, it's totally my hermit. Like I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm going through transformation. I'm hermiting it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guy energy is going to come up as well. I've been feeling like I didn't realize I dressed like a tree today. I have brown pants like roots and I'm wearing a green shirt and I was like, and then the flower and I was like, did I just dress like a tree today? Like why? Guy energy is coming up very strong. And I think you did too, Michelle. You had that whole like
I have a green on with some pink.
and you
Actually,
got
they
the
have flowers.
flowers. The
Yeah.
flowers, exactly. Like I and
Yeah.
you even have the bird nesting in your hair.
Yep, I have
So
feathers. I always have feathers. And it's funny because we did a tree meditation today where we like rooted ourselves into that
Mhm.
earth star chakra, which I felt was so important that we grounded all that energy at the end of the day was to like bring that all in and feel secure and feel like it's wrapped up in a beautiful present.
Yeah, and I think that we're seeing a lot of that just in society, in the world. There's a lot of Gaia is really putting her foot down for things. She's really kind of like stomping her roots and setting her boundaries and purging and releasing. And I think a lot of that is going to come up too in the meditation. So I think it's going to be a very powerful one. And I'm excited to see how this all manifests together and throw in the spinal energetics, throw in some galactics. It's going to be a wild ride. So I hope
Yeah,
everybody joins.
I'm excited.
And on that note, you can still purchase a ticket for the Priestess Power, Priestess Portal Empowerment. So it's recorded. Each day will be released. We're actually processing and uploading it. You'll be sent a private link to watch each day. So even if you didn't make today, you can still purchase a ticket. You're still going to watch the last 2 days, and you're going to get a recording from the first day. So don't feel like, oh, well, I could only go to one day or only go to 2 days. Still get a ticket, join. It's so much value. We have 7 speakers, 10 sessions, workshops, and 3 live events. Like you just don't get this for the price. It's $111. Like it's for what you're getting. It's just unheard of. So it's amazing. I encourage everyone to do that. And if you're looking for where to buy it after this airs, I will post the link in the description box, both on YouTube and Facebook. You can also go to my website. You can go to Sync and Flow. We'll put all of the websites there, all the handles and how to reach everybody. Day one was all about was Josie did her red tent ceremony and explaining kind of the menstruation and the power of sexual energy, and Michelle, did that connection with the dark feminine. So we'll post all the information. Like I said, we'll send out the links for the recording for those. So I highly recommend that you join the PPE.
Mhm.
Yes, and I want to add some things to that as well. Is just there's such a value in accessing that stillness within ourselves. With so much going on in the world right now, it's like there's constant messages of fear and buy into this and do that and don't do that. And I think when we really are able to tap in and to remain into that stillness, and into like we're able to, whenever we're able to be still and calm, we're able to see things much more clearly. We're able to access our ability of direct knowing. We're able to access our intuition. We're able to hear guidance in a way that we would not be able to. And the best way I can describe it is with our two nervous systems. You know, we have the sympathetic nervous system and we have the parasympathetic nervous system, and neither one of those systems can be active at the same time. So you're either in one or the other. And the sympathetic is our fight, flight, paralysis. They've added the fawning to that as well, people pleasing, where we feel like we have to do or to please to be safe. And it's all survival based. And then there's the parasympathetic, which is our state of healing. It's our state of restoration. And so when we're able to really operate from that place of restoration constantly, and more as a constant, and we can recognize, okay, this message is coming and it doesn't resonate. And I see what this message is trying to communicate to me, and it doesn't resonate because it's not something that I want to buy into. We're just able to hear more of like, okay, well, what is, and where does that take us? And I know that this live meditation tomorrow, I hope you all can join. Again, it's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11:30 a.m. It's going to be a full hour and a half with all 7 of us. We're going to assist you all in activating and releasing all the things that are not serving you, and that are kind of clouding these ways of being, because these ways of being once served us, you know, and we're entering this place in a planet worldwide where we all have such a great impact, where the actions of one of us affects the whole. And so we're being called to take accountability in that, and to come together in community and love and compassion, and to learn the higher lessons that need to be learned right now. And so this is like a full invitation to open up to whatever that is for you that's ready to go, to be released. Another thing that Gail and I do too is we will remove any devices etherically or even on a physical level, any entities that may show up that are ready to go. We're going to clear as much as possible from everybody that chooses to join, as well as all the other goodness that's going to be coming in from everyone.
Now that's really beneficial because those things in and of itself individually can, you know, a session for that is pretty intense. So this is really a valuable thing to do. And tomorrow also, just to know who the presenters will be for Saturday, will be Altia from Light Codes by Allah. She'll be starting her workshop at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 a.m. Central and 12 p.m. Eastern. That is also 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time. And then after that, I will be presenting my workshop. My workshop's going to be about emotional release and through the throat chakra. So any trauma that's stored, we're going to have drums, we're going to have ceremony, chanting, lots of fun movement. And then afterwards will be Natalie from Divine Transmissions. She'll be focusing on removing old programming and helping to now embody that power and stepping forward after the release of that. And there's going to be light language all the way around. Altia is going to be doing traumatic relationships and working through that, and kind of releasing those emotional programming as well. So very valuable event. And then we've got the live meditation. So definitely something you want to do. And then the last day, I'll let you, Tani, talk about, if you want to talk about what you and Gail are going to be doing. And
sure, yeah. On Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be offering my workshop for an hour. I'm going to go through where we're at scientifically with the crystalline body, as well as sharing some other things from experience. I'm going to go through some actual physical and electrical corrections to assist people in their ascension process, what we call ascension symptoms. As higher consciousness comes into the body, it can bring up things. It can want, like the body wants to naturally clear things, right, that aren't in resonance of this new information now. And sometimes things can get stuck. So I'm going to share some actual physical exercises to do to assist with that clearing and integration process fully. I'm going to go through some pressure points, as well as some mental and emotional exercises as well to assist in clearing that out and really grounding in. And then Gail is going to be doing her workshop after. And so she's at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. She is a galactic ambassador, and I would say she is a Palladian channel. She really resonates with the Palladian frequencies, and so a lot of really powerful, potent healing energy is going to be coming through her. She's a DNA activator, and I know she's going to be doing guided meditation. I can't fully speak on everything she's going to be doing, but every time I've been in on any of her stuff, her and I work together very closely. We do retreats together. Every single time I get like incredible value from what she has to offer. She's very intuitive. So she's definitely going to be speaking to the group and bringing forward whatever is needed to really expand and seal off the rest of the retreat. So I think it's going to be an incredible time. And then after that, we have closing ceremony with all 7 of us again.
Yeah, and that's going to be, I know that we are doing a Q&A, I think for at least part of that, but I feel like the rest is going to be divinely, intuitively guided. So we're going to see how all these energies kind of settle and how the collective is feeling and kind of go from there, because I think we're slowly working through the chakras, like almost intuitively, divinely being guided from the lower 3 and then now the middle and then the last day to the upper. So this will be interesting to see how the closing ceremony goes. And that will be directly after at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, again at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah. Does anybody else want to add anything? Yeah. I'm just checking real quick to see if there's any questions on YouTube or Facebook. If anybody has any questions, let me know and I can answer them. It's been a while we've been on, and so people are just like, oh.
I know I'm really looking forward to all of our energies coming together tomorrow during this live meditation. And I think it's amazing. Like, we're going to have a full hour and a half to just allow what needs to come through. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to share some light languages I don't normally get to share live. I've got a new setup now, so I'll finally be able to allow those other energies like, speak in or been talking mer people and the Sirius B light languages to come in. I know people are familiar with my Archangel and my Andromedan and the Avian, but it would be interesting to kind of see how that translates because I always post videos about it, but I'd like to share it live. And so, yeah, it's always more powerful live.
Very excited for that, Mina.
Yeah, I've got a good setup for it. So I'm excited how this is all going to turn out. I've been testing it. It's been fun. Well, I know it's late there in the UK, and thank you, Josie, for joining us so late and being such a tremendous help through everything and offering your wisdom and guidance and skills, valuable skills. It's been very, very much appreciated.
Thank you
And
for your gratitude.
yeah,
She's got skills. Yeah.
she got skills.
She's got skills. Need someone to help you with your website. She's got skills.
Or any design.
Yeah. Designs.
Or
yeah.
hello, how about the womb and the menstruation and sexual
Yeah.
power, all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She's
We're
been
all multidisciplinary. We're all so multidisciplinary. It's really amazing.
Multi-dimensional beings.
Yeah, multidisciplinary, multidimensional. Like it's amazing to see us all come together and yeah, just boost each other's skills and yeah, just shine and embody like true sisterhood. And yeah, it's super amazing. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Sisterhood of the traveling mic.
Mm.
Shirt and pants, but so I think a lot of the viewers are probably going to watch this later. It was impromptu. Not a lot of people get the notifications. So thank you for everyone who did join. And with that, I guess if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and let everybody go, and we'll see you tomorrow. So remember, one final time, the times again for the meditation are going to be. Oh, that's on Sunday. Hold on.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Pacific Standard Time to 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes, and then that would be
11 Mountain
11 Mountain, 12
Central,
Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. And then what for Europe and South Africa?
7 Europe and South
Okay.
Africa.
Oh, it's the same?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Sorry.
Okay, 7 p.m. Yep, and I think that's all of them that I can think of. I think then 3 p.m. for Argentina. I have to say Argentina because I know there's a lot of people that are coming from Argentina, surprisingly. So, and I didn't realize that even though it's directly south of me, that it's actually 2 hours ahead of me. I don't understand time at
It's
all
2 p.m. Mina from Argentina.
from Argentina.
Hmm.
I just had a friend, she's 2 hours ahead of me. She's in Argentina.
Maybe Argentina is split.
It might be split because like I just had a client and I was like, what time is it? She was 2 hours ahead of me. And I was like, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought it was a trip for me. So that's the only reason why I remembered it, because it was like, wow, 2 hours. That's a lot.
Maybe we
But
can include some more of these times too in our post.
yeah. Yeah, we might need to we'll put a little All Shift Happily Now post, maybe we can put that together for or I can use the yeah, if I'll put something together, or if Josie has time for tomorrow so that people kind of know, maybe we can just share it as we can. Um, I'll try to do that if Josie can't. So anyways, thank you everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see ya.